back here again. Welcome back to FTB Infinity. I'm starting again with my eyebrows because I just love them so much. I will suck your blood! And I shall stop doing that because it's going to get really boring really quick. I'm on a new version. I'm on version 1.4.1, which I believe is the recommended version on the launcher. So a couple of things have changed. One thing I've noticed is if I face the sun. Where are you, the sun? Is the sun up in the middle of the sky? If I get too close to the edge here, that might not happen now. When the sun was like facing me over there when it was in the morning, oh look, it is, look. See my blood level going down and I'm getting debuffed. So that was happening when the sun was over there and I was near the edge here. So yeah, it's not quite when you're right underneath the sun, but unless it's because these blocks are transparent. I don't know. But anyway, I've got to be careful and see that my blood is going down. A couple of things I want to do at the village before I do anything else. So I'm going to make it night time because, you know, I'm now a creature of the night. I was going to do the episode yesterday, but what I need to do is going to take quite a bit of prep, so I'm going to have to cut and do some prep in a bit. Right, let's go to the village. Food, there we go. What I've done in here, I've done a little bit of stuff in here. These guys keep getting stuck, so I have to pull them out of the thing there. And this guy seems to have gone missing. I've used a bit of carpet on the floor, 2 colours of carpet there. I put some lit glowstone behind these just so this place is lit up a bit, and I've made some fancy carpet lights there. This does not work how I thought it worked. I thought I could drink blood out of this. Turns out I can't. I can put stuff in there. If I put like a water orchid in there, it'll cause a storm to happen, so it rains, so the sunlight don't burn me. Something, I think wool of bat probably turns me into a bat swarm, and the other one teleports you. So that doesn't work as I thought it did, but it looks nice anyway. There's my observations of an immortal on this table. But yeah, so that blood crucible is not as much useful as I thought. I thought I could just come and drink blood from that, so I didn't have to go drinking blood myself to fill myself back up. But that is not the case. And yeah, we've seen these guys keep getting stuck in the coffins. It's a bit irritating. What I want to do is I want to put a magnum torch on there next to the chunk load there. So now no mobs will spawn in here anymore. So get rid of that guy. Look at that. I did damage even though it's not in sword form. What are you doing up there, cow? Get off. You look silly stood up there. Get down. Oh, never mind. So I need to refill my blood. And there's 3 fresh guys in here. That's all good. Glub. So you see, it takes quite a lot to fill me up. So I'm getting like 2 hearts gives me about 1. And I've got to make sure I don't go too far so that the guards don't come for me. You, lay down. Lay down. Okay, don't lay down, be mesmerised instead. Right, I'm nearly full, that'll do. So, that'll do me for now. So my vampires can walk around. You'll see there's one there, look. And I was going to have 6 of these, but if they don't actually give me blood... Oh, that is the one that's missing. Okay. See, this one's a lady. I did these 2 after the last episode. So this one's got a chainmail jacket on. I could make mine into chainmail if I wanted to, by putting iron around it. But you don't get as many set bonuses. So you get a 2-piece bonus. With the normal one you get up to 4-piece. So I'm going to leave mine as a normal one. Plus it looks dapper. And this is the lady one. She's got boobies. Turns out. Bit of a looker. And there is my original one. So... Oh. Witch hunters. The witch hunters are here. I forgot to... Oh, Christ. Witch hunters are knacking me. Setting me on fire and everything. So, the other witch hunters, these now come and visit. Have they killed that other guy? Is that why those arrows are here? Was they fighting him and I didn't even notice? I don't see him again. So perhaps my other vampire is in fact dead. So after last episode I did level up, which allowed me to actually use the blood crucible there. I just leveled up by drinking a bit more blood, I think. So yeah, 2 of them are back in here again. That does get me on my nerves a bit, the fact they get stuck in there. But never mind. I am going to make a little thing here. I'm going to make this look nicer. I just, as you know, lately on all my videos, I'm a little bit pushed for time in real life these days. So I'm trying to get videos out, but I've not got as much time. Oh, look at that. As much time to do the pretty stuff at the minute as I'd like to have. Plus, regrowth's taking quite a lot of time. I kind of want my build on regrowth to get right. So yeah, I will build a little, like, no, not a chapel, like a little, what's the word? What you get in graveyards? Little buildings in graveyards. Sepulchre? No, it's not. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, there's loads of blood in there for me. So I shall have to come back here and feed occasionally, but I think I'm alright for now. So, yeah, how do I get that one again? Shift right click in it. There we go. I was just right clicking when the witch hunters were making me panic. What's that? Shears. Why would shears be there? I think I've lost a vampire here. Never mind. It's all good. Right, back to my base then. There's also this, by the way, on the... I can never see it because of that damn thing. I don't want to see that dig multiplier, thanks. There's that on the end there next to the bat farm. So it's a bat farm. I can fly about, but I can anyway. There's one next to it, looks like, I don't know what it looks like. It looks like an English muffin. Or chocolate muffin, I mean. I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, let's head back to here. So what I want to do this episode is, I did have plans, didn't I? I had plans to use a lava generator and stuff, but I've been playing around with it in my single player creative test world, and it's a bit shit. So I don't think I'm going to bother. Let's have. It's quite dangerous having night vision on, by the way, because if it gets daytime, you get that. You only notice when I start getting that debuff thing on me. I'm going to throw them shears away because I've got mana steel ones. So I don't want them. Right. So what I was going to do was in fact, I should probably still make the lava gen because we've got 122k lava. So I'll get a few bits prepped for that. But then what I want to do is, see my armour is getting damaged. Now I want to enchant this, but before I enchant it I want to make it self-repair, and we can do that using Botania. And there's a thing in Botania called Timeless Ivy, there it is. Timeless Ivy, and that requires a Gaia Spirit Elementum ingot. So that means I need to get into Botania a bit further than I am at the minute. So what I want to do is create a way of getting myself a decent amount of mana, because we've not got that at the minute. And I'm thinking I'm just going to make cake. Now I have done cake before in Kekimurus. There's a plant called a Kekimurus which eats cake, if you don't know. There it is. Kekimurus, and it uses, it's quite a high level one, it uses a rune of gluttony, some pixie dust itself, so that needs me to get a elven portal. So I even need an elven portal just to get that. Okay, so I need to get a higher level of Botania going for this, so we're going to work on a bit of Botania. Now the way I did cake before was using automagi and golems. I'm going to use cake again because I've not done it using tech methods, so I'm just going to have a pattern for cake. So what I'm going to need is, I'm going to need eggs from chickens, I'm going to need milk from cows, and I'm going to put them in the Botania cell along with the thing. So I've got a new cell here called Botania, and there's nothing in it at the minute. But this, have I done the setup with the... I have done the setup, okay. I've not done the slots, the side bits, but this is going to be my Botania cell. So we're going to have a cow and a rancher. I could do it all using Botania, should I? Using Drum of the Wild. I think I'm just going to use a rancher for the eggs and for the milk. Bit of tech involved with it. But yeah, I'm going to get some stuff prepped for that as well. So the first thing I'm going to prep though is the lava storage and stuff. So oh, that's not wired up either. Okay. P2P must need doing. And yeah, unfortunately the lava generator didn't work how I wanted it to, and it didn't keep up. So, which remember I made last time a lava generator, it's in here somewhere. This guy doesn't take a redstone signal, so it doesn't turn off when I want it to. It only creates 2,560 hour per tick, which isn't bad, but it uses lava buckets really quicker than the P2P was transferring it into them. So I'm not going to bother with that. It was a nice little idea, but I don't think I'm going to bother. So I'm going to keep using Yellorium and stuff, but at the minute, what we've got is we've got 19,145 of that, and Yellorium we're down 237. So we're getting close. We're running out of Yellorium. Then we'll start seeing how much uranium we're taking. Now, because this guy's full, it's maxed out, I'm actually going to turn 3 of the reactors off, because there's no need just to run all these. They do look nice, which is a shame to have them turned off when they look nice, but we'll turn 3 off and see if, just from one we're getting 50 odd thousand a tick. So I don't think I'm using anything like that. At some point, as I said, I may cut these down to 4 and have these 4 down in the floor here rather than out the sides, so I can change the way the build is a bit. Anyway, I'm going to cut now. I'm going to get some stuff prepped for the next 2 parts of the video, and I shall be back. Just realised one other thing I forgot to mention is I was killing the villagers last time. I put it on a comment that I was killing the villagers. I didn't realise at the time I was killing it because I was that busy looking at the blood. I was not looking at Whaler. So if I left click that guy and send him to food, and then I'm going to have to trap him in here, aren't I? Before he buggers off. He's trapped himself in, that's nice of him. If I mesmerise this guy and drink his blood. Now, once I get into half, you see now I'm starting to damage him. Oh Christ, he has run off. Balls. Block that with a trash can for now. And come back here, you. Stop running around. Come and be eating. There we go, let's put him back in there. So, I keep feeding off this guy. You can see it's damaging him. So what I need to do is make sure I can heal him to get his blood all the way down. So what I need to grab, which I forgot and left at my base, so I'll bring him all the way down to like 2 hearts at the top, 1 heart at the top, and he's still got some blood left in him, so I can't get him all the way down. So that's what I was doing. I wasn't realising I was killing my villagers without even realising it. Bit of a lag spike there. Let's go back to the tree really quick. What I've made is, for that magnum torch, I had to make a regen potion and a health potion. So I made a couple of splash ones of each as well. And what I can do now is I can use them to heal villagers. So, food, let's go back there. Where is he? He's up there still. So if I chuck a potion of healing at him, there we go. Got him back to 4.5 hearts. Let's just shoot both of them, why not? So he's got more hearts in him now, so now I can actually feed off him more. And I can get him all the way down to no blood. So now he's got no blood. So next thing I need to do is grab my blood, what do you call it? Which I should have done this first, because I could use his blood to refill myself. But I'm going to take a bit of my blood, there we go. Mesmerise him. Come down here. Bring him over to a coffin. And then feed him my blood. Boom. And we have got another vampire, and I didn't kill it that time. So that was how and why I was killing them before. So at least now I'm no longer killing them, which is a good thing. Right. So let's now go back to the tree. Because I need the night, by the way, I'm thinking there's a new portal. It's a place called the Last Millennium. There we go. It's from Extra Utilities. You make it using burnt quartz, some eminent stones, and a clock. And it's a permanent. I think it's a permanent night little void world. I might build like a vampire castle in there for me to live, because I want a place where I can have my enchanting stuff and my Foundcraft research table and just like other little nicey kind of bits that don't really belong in a cell, but I need a place for them, you know what I mean? So I might do something like that. Right, what I can do now then is, you can go back in there, so can you. Oh, that reminds me. What I've realised I can do, instead of eating, now I don't eat food, and I've got no regen apart from when I'm going to my place where I've got regen. What I can use is, I noticed I've got 384 of these red hearts, and if you look at the tooltip on them, can be eaten to restore red hearts, 10 hearts. So I can eat them. I've got like 3.5 hearts missing at the minute, but normal one of them gives me 10 hearts, so I'm going to use them for now. until I run out, because I've got loads of them. I've got 370 odd still in there, plus I've got some yellow ones which I can turn into red ones. Only 53, but anyway, it's another 53 red ones. So I'm going to use them to get my health back. Those wooden bolts were from the vampire hunters. Let's get rid of them. So I think I've got everything I need here to do my little lava setup. So I'm going to jump into the processing cell. I need some kind of... I need to put, I think, some of the RF tools screens just to label which cell's which. What I'm going to do is... So, there should be a cable running under here. Tyrion. Where's my cable running? It must be under there. Yeah, cable off the side. Okay, so I'm going to tap off from there, and I'm going to come across. I'm going to have this in this corner over here. What I forgot to do was I should have shift clicked the power P2P before I came in here. Let's quickly do that. And shift click onto the power, which is there. Successfully save settings. So this memory card has been clicked onto the power thing there. Back into here again. Right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to grab some smart cable, and I need one bit of redstone energy cable. I'm going to run some smart cable across here. So our entire setup there is using only 2 channels, our alloy smelter setup, which is good. And here, I think I might need to be one further over. Actually, no, I'll be alright if I do it. Oh yeah, I do. Crap, I need to be one further over. At least. What I'm going to do is, I made myself an igneous extruder and a pulverizer. These are both resonant, and for that I put the recipes into here. So if looking craftables, you see I've got some thermal expansion stuff that I've added. I've added the frames all the way up to resonant, and pulverizer and igneous extruder. For that, by the way, I needed to add a new thing in here. I've added signal them into this. These, by the way, if you connect a node to a node, like that, if you shift right click, you can pull a little thing off there to make it tidier. Shift right click, and there we go. Gets it looking a bit nicer and neater. Anyway, so I've got signal added to that now. I need to add in darium and stuff still, and I think I'm probably going to need a second ME interface at some point for more stuff. Anyway, pulverizer. What we're going to use the pulverizer for is it's going to take in cobble from the bottom, put out sand to the top, and put out gravel to the back. In the back, we have a trash can. I want to be able to cover that. So I am going to grab item ducts. I think I've got some. I have. Wonderful. I'll put item ducts on the back. I'm going to cover all this up with covers and stuff once I've got it done. Item ducts on the back there, and then a trash can underneath that, like so. And then below the pulverizer we have an igneous extruder. So this is going to create as cobble once I've got lava and water into it, of course. And I just need to set that so it's only output to the top. And then what we're going to have here, yes I do, I want to be one further over with that. So let's bring that across now, instead of messing about. And I'm going to want one redstone energy flux duct just there, which is going to provide us power into the pulverizer and into our squeezer, like that. So we're going to have our ME cable running down here, and we're going to have our P2P there. Once we click on it, it's going to become a RF P2P, because we have got our RF P2P set in the memory card. It's going to connect to that, and it should be giving this power, and it is. Wonderful. And it should also be giving the other one power. Can I get over here? So that's got this needs power, doesn't it? I'm sure it does. Well, it says it's got power in there if you look at Whaler, so yeah, I'm sure it does. What I'm going to try, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'm going to try a transfer node with a rationing pipe in there. And we'll see if that rations a stack of sand into this. Well, I guess what I need to do before I do anything else is if this doesn't work, I can always use translocators for this. I need to get some lava and some water, don't I? I'll do that in a minute. I won't do that just yet. I'm going to break that one. What we're going to have here is we're going to have our ME cable coming round, like so, and I'm going to use an ME interface there. So that's 2 channels I've used down here. And in the ME interface we're going to want some phosphor. So phosphor, we want 64 phosphor sitting in there at all times. I'm going to see if this works now. So there's transfer node items, and then I'm going to want to put rationing pipe in there, and that should let's put 64 in there. Yes, so as you see there, the rationing pipe from the interface has kept it so we've only got 64 phosphor in there, which is good. I'm sure that wouldn't do that off the interface on its own, would it? I like the look of that anyway, so we'll leave that as it is. That's fine. That is fine. And then the only other thing we need to do is, if I break that block, I'm going to have transfer node liquids on this side of the squeezer, which is going to feed liquids into my bedrockium drum, which is going to go here, and then out from the bedrockium drum we're going to have another liquid transfer node on the bottom of it, and I'm going to have another P2P tunnel there, and on that I need to click it with a bucket to make that a liquid P2P. So then that'll connect to that, so that'll send lava into there. So now I can get lava anywhere in my E network once this is all set up. Let me quickly get a bucket of water and a bucket of lava, and I'll be right back. So back then with a bucket of water and a bucket of lava, and I took the liberty of getting my covers out of my building bag. So lava bucket, bosh, oops, bosh, and water bucket, bosh. That's going to start making me cobble. Lovely. These resonant ones have got great storage, so it looks like there's nothing in there, but it's actually got a bucket of each, and it doesn't consume them, of course, when you're using lava, when you're making cobble. So in there we are making sand, which is good. So what we should be getting is an amount of sand into there, and we are making lava. Wonderful. That's going somewhere. Why is it not going to there? Oh, it is. These might need speeding up. I may be better off using translocators for this. That's not quick enough. So that's not keeping up. So the reason why I wanted to make these resonant is I wanted to upgrade them with the augments. So let's try one, that's the first level of speed. One of them and one of them. See if that now keeps up. So into the pulverizer we shall add a speed augment. So is that going to keep up? Is that going to keep up? 1, 2, 3. Looks like that's keeping up. I certainly think that's not. We've got 20. That's going alright. So that seems steady on 200 millibuckets. That's going up at a steady 200 a time. Yeah, so a fifth of a bucket at a time. So that's going okay. That is staying about the rate, about the same. So I think that's okay. That's slowly going up, and I think that's staying about the same. So I think we're all keeping up. So there we go. We've got a nice little system there. So I can then use that lava for making other stuff, like making obsidian and stuff. So all I need to do now is cover this up with some Tillian facade covers. They're a little bit scruffy around the edges of these, but that really can't be helped. I should be able to put one on there. Can I? Yes. And then this other one needs the thermal expansion cover, which is a bit different. There we go. But looks the same. So I've got a nice little setup there that's making me lava. Not a very fast rate, but it's like free lava because it's using that phosphor that I was just getting for free from the demonic bees because they're making me glowstone. I've still got a lot of. I've turned off the imperial bees because I've got like 7,000 imperial jelly, so I don't think I need any more of that for now. So anyway, there we go. So there's that first little bit. I've got lava bedrock. Lava in a bedrockium drum, I mean, so that'll gradually fill up 65 million buckets capacity in that, so that's fine. What I need to do now then is move on to the next part of today's episode, which is starting to get stuff ready in my Botania room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some ranches from MFR. So these are pretty straightforward to make. Oh, look at that, I could have kept them shears. Basic machine frame. I can make all this stuff. A bit of plastic pipe, which should be straightforward to make. So I'll get 2 of these made. I'm not sure if these pull eggs out of chickens faster than just letting chickens lay eggs. So we shall see. So I'll make one. I'll test it on a chicken, and the second one we'll use on a cow for milking. And I'm going to milk the cow straight into a bedrockium drum. So I'll make another bedrockium drum, and the eggs are going to go into a what do you call it? Barrel, better barrel, jabber barrel. And then I need sugar cane. What else do we need? Wheat, and that's it for cakes, isn't it? So I'll do a little bit of agricraft as well then. So I'll get my sugar cane and my wheat up to 10, 10, 10, and have a little farm in the Botania area as well. So a bit more prep work to do off camera. I'll be back when we're ready for the next bit. I never showed you this last time. It's actually a bit more useful to me as turn rain on rather than turn rain off. So I'm going to show you how we turn the rain on. Some very cool noise. Nice graphic, and that started raining. So now I can go outside without dying, which is very nice because the rain makes it so that the sun is not on me, which is actually very useful indeed. And what I want to find is a cow. There's one. Are you a cow? You are. Let's grab a cow. In a safari net. Oh, I'm burning. I'm burning. So maybe when I was in that biome, because the rain doesn't fall, I was actually burning. So that's good to know as well. And I want a chicken. So I've actually got a barrel full, if you remember there. It's got a arrow through its head. I like that one. It'll do for me. I've got a barrel full there. I'm not going to be using them just yet. I want to see how this works. I'm just going to put them straight into my AE network. So let's go to cell 6 is my Botania cell. So I can just do a shortcut and go straight there. Now what I want to try here is basically the same setup as before. P2P tunnel, RF, putting power into these 2 ranches. So I'm going to put my chicken down there. What happens? What happens to him? Do you not get milked for eggs? I thought ranchers milk these guys for eggs. Let's have a look. Give it one more go. Come on, slow ass thing. So slow. Oh, that's maybe not working. Well, that's maybe a bit of a failure then. So I may just have to do it with plenty of chickens in a hole and hopper hocks. Let's have a look in this one with a cow. So put a cow in there. And what I'm actually going to have on the back of this is, I was thinking of having a bedrockium drum. I'm actually just going to have a pressurised fluid tank because I've got some made, and because they're very useful. If I put a pressurised fluid tank on that, what that's going to do is fill it with milk. So what I can do on the bottom of this is get myself a ME interface, like so. And what I'm going to want is a bucket of milk to start with. So I've got a bucket of milk. If I put an ME interface on the bottom of that, like so, I should now be able to get a pattern for milk here. And is this going to push pull? I think I don't want it to pull, but I want it to push. Let's push milk buckets back into there when it has them. So if I come back and make a pattern for a milk bucket, so what I'll do here is a processing pattern in my pattern terminal. So pattern terminal, there we go. So processing pattern, another bucket, and if I say, oh, a bit of a text there, bucket equals bucket of milk, pattern, and let's clear that and jump back in there, which is this one. Yeah, I certainly need sounds on these. I'm getting mixed up with which one's which all the time. I apologise for the text. I hope it wasn't too noisy on your end. So if I put a pattern in there, a crafting pattern, can we now request some buckets of milk? So I need some buckets in my. I need some buckets in my system. So let's just put them 10 buckets in there, and let's say milk. Can we have 10 of them, please? Let's have a look. Is it going to work? We've certainly got some. That's going down, so that's working perfectly. Excellent. So we have got milk coming in. We've got 6 up to now because we haven't got enough milk in there. So that's going to do us a bucket of milk every time this idle goes. So 400 ticks. So that's 20 seconds, isn't it? 400 ticks. So every 20 seconds we're going to get a bucket of milk. Not massively fast, but we don't need a massive amount of mana for this. It could be faster. It certainly would be faster if I use Botania for it. But this looks like this side isn't working. I want an ME interface on there as well, don't I? Let's have a look with an interface on. Is it just not doing it because it hasn't got anywhere to put them? I don't think so. It looks like the rancher is not pulling eggs from a chicken, which I thought it did in Direwolf 20 pack. But I may be mistaken. So look at egg. So we've got 12 in there. Go on. Still got 12. Okay, so that's not working. So what I need then is I need a hole with some chickens in and my hopper hock there to actually collect the eggs. But we've got milk collection done. So now what I can do is I don't have to do the farm stuff yet, because if you look in here, if you look at number of items, I've got 21k sugar and I've got 4k wheat at the minute. So I'm actually going to do a sell with these in. But what I want is crafting patterns to turn sugar into sugarcane into sugar and wheat into bread. Let's go do that. Let's go get that sorted. That's going to give us a pattern for cake. So then we've got auto crafting a cake sorted then, and it should, because we've got that crafting pattern in there, just request cake, request milk as it needs it. So we're going to want to say crafting pattern sugarcane becomes sugar. We're going to want to say wheat becomes wheat flour. I should actually grab one of these as well, and some sugar. Have I got any sugar? I've already got a little bit. Cool. And then cake. That recipe, bam. I thought I put a bit of wheat in there. I did. Why don't you? There you go. Wheat flour comes cake. So now we can also craft cake. So there's the first part of getting stuff done. So cake is auto craftable, and we are going to be starting to fill up our stock. No, it's not. It's only going to do. Yeah, it's going to be quick enough. Certainly going to be quick enough. So there we go. We can auto craft cake, which is very nice. You can go there. You can go there. And cake can be auto crafted on demand. Then what we're going to do is we're going to feed that to a Kekimurus on demand as well. So the next step is getting a Kekimurus made. So what I'm going to have to do now is I have not got much mana down here, but I've got enough to make an elven portal and do a load of damage, don't I? That with armoured and everything. It says 13.25, but I think I get a damage boost as well. Ooh. concussion creeper snuck up on me. I lost one of them pedestals when I was dicking around today. I've got a full mana pool here, so that should be enough to open me a gate long enough to make some Kekimoras, which is what I'm going to have to do. So I shall get that bit sorted next and get the bits for an elven portal made. For that we need first thing we need is a Botania, Lexica Botania, yes. Elven portal. The portal to Alfheim. So I need gateway, 8 living wood blocks, 3 living wood, a gateway, 2 mana pools, 2 Natura pylons. So Natura pylons need. I need Terra Steel. Of course I do. I need 2 bits of Terra Steel. So that's actually our first thing I need to do, is make the Terra Steel agglomeration. So I do need more mana. That's going to drain that. This might have to run over a couple of episodes. Yes, I'll get the bits made I can. We'll put them together. I suppose I'll just mana pool that. I'll mana what's the word? Mana tablet that stuff into the cell. Right then, first bits we need to do is drop down here and make some stuff down here and deal with all the mobs that we'll have. Oh, why don't I use that? 25 block sorting thing. Right, so what I need to do is inventory's full. What I need to do is make rune of water. Not got my wand out. Failure. Oh, where's my wand? Watch the creeper come up and blow my shit up. There's my wand. Oh, what have I done? Do you give me blood? Are you alive? No. So it looks like I'm going to get blood off mobs, off villagers possibly. Right, this is all going terribly wrong. Terribly, terribly wrong, because it's just put a load of shit on there that I didn't want it to. Oh, Christ. Oh no, I'm fishing. That was horrific. Okay, it's daytime now, but look, it's raining still, so I should be able to do this still. 1, 2, 3 of them. A bone meal, a sugarcane, a fishing rod will make me a rune of water. While I'm here, there's some more mana pearls, some mana diamonds. I need them and them yet. So that's working away. Oh Christ. Should fill that band of mana up in a bit. What I also need to do in there is I need to make these 2 diluted mana pools into full-blown mana pools. Okay, we're getting there. Living rock gets us runes of water. Now I also need a rune of mana, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and a mana pearl. We'll get a rune of mana. And what we need this all for is to actually make our terrestrial agglomeration plate, 3 lapis blocks, a block of mana steel, and these 5 things. So let's go get that made. I've got no crafting bench down here, have I? Tree. Boop. So. Why can I not make? I've got. Oh, what's it done that for? Water, earth. Why has it done that? Water, mana. There we go, weird. Okay, so to actually make our terrestrial agglomeration plate, I needed to put this together. I mean, what I need to do is, let's come back out of there. So, no? I know. Terra steel. So the pattern we need is 4 lapis blocks, 5 living wood blocks, and then a mana pool. What I'm also going to need to make is some mana petals, no, some sparks. So sparks, pretty straightforward. We need mana petals for it, blaze powder and golden nuggets. I bet I've got no mana petals. Petal, I've got no petals at all, okay. So I'll have to sort some of them out, but what I can do is jump into our Botania area. Christ, this is again another messy episode. Seems most of my episodes are messy these days. And I'm going to want to say 3x3 please. No? Shift clicking, not working. Oh, because I was on my blood. Thank you. And we're going to want to have living rock in the corners, lapis on the edges, and then a living rock in the middle, and our agglomeration plate on there. So there's the first thing we needed. Now, get a spark on there, get a mana pool. I can then put a mana steel, a mana pearl, and a mana diamond is going to get me another mana diamond. I can't count. Save my life. Is going to get me a terra steel. I know I need 2 of them, don't I? So that's going to use half a pool of mana each though, which is a bit of a shame because I've not got enough mana yet. So that needs a spark on. That needs a spark on. So that's that side. Over this side, what we're going to have is we're going to have. I'll have to break some of these back down in a moment, but what we're going to have, that is going to be our Elven Gate core. And then we need some glimmering living wood, which is just living wood and glowstone combined. And then back to normal living wood. You don't need the corner blocks, I'll just put them in, just to make building this easier. And a glimmering one in the middle. So that's that part of this. And we also need two mana pools over here as well. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think they go there. No, I think maybe one further out. I think they need to be. So we'll look back in here at. I'll come back out of there and go back to Portswell Farm. You can see here the pattern. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're in the right place. Okay. And what they need on them is mana pylons, but they need the upgraded mana pylons. So what I've got now is the bits to make mana pylons. Mana pylons of those guys. So I can make. I actually need 2 of those. It does not use them. It uses those. We've got 1, 2 of those. And we can upgrade those 2 to the Natura ones, which is what we need. So I need a terrestrial ingot for them, and a terrestrial ingot for the gateway core, which is just a terrestrial ingot with 8 living wood around it. And then I think once I've got those 2 bits of terra steel made, I should be good to go with getting that open. Man, we've got no mana at all, have we? Yeah, I'm kind of skipping ahead, but it's not really working for me, is it? So by throwing my mana ring into there, I've drained it of all its mana. So what I need to wait for next episode is I'm going to leave this running and let that fill back up, because we're going to need a bit more mana than what I've got at the minute. But that should, I mean, once I've got 1 Kikimorus, we should be able to start producing mana in here a bit better. So if I now throw that band of mana onto there. Now, your ring of magnetization doesn't pull things out of mana pools, which is a really nice touch. I think Vazk is awesome for adding that. So what we're doing here is we are filling this guy up. It's not going to fill all the way up. We need to pull a little bit of mana back out of there. So you see, accepting mana, if I shift right click, it changes to sparing. So we want that sparing for now, because this guy's going to have to be absolutely full. And it's not quite absolutely full, but we can make our first one. So what I want to do now is mana pearl, mana steel, mana diamond, and move back. And I've not put the sparks on because I'm a noob. I made a couple of sparks. I just got myself some orange petals, threw them in that mana pool out there. So I've got 3 sparks. I only need 2 at the minute. We put 1 on the mana pool. We put 1 on the agglomeration plate. So now they can share mana. So this can pull mana from that. That's basically what's going to happen there. So now try that again. 1, 2, 3, and they're not on the thing. If they don't land, if they land on the thing, they normally stay there. But sometimes they draw back into your inventory. I'm gonna take that off just in case. Which is a bit of a pain because if it starts doing it and it's 3/4 of the way full, and then one of them gets drawn into your inventory, then it just resets the whole thing and you lose all the mana. So just make sure you get them on there and step back. So that's going to use half a pool of mana, and it's going to get us our first Terra Steel. You see there, the mana's getting drawn via the sparks. It's lovely graphic, and boosh, boosh. Come on, please, please, boosh. There we go. So there's our first one, and you will see that has taken that down to less than half. So what I need to do is fill the mana ring back up. Band of mana. So that's going to be drawing out of there. While we're waiting for that, we can put living wood around that Terra Steel. It's going to get us our Elven Gateway core. Wonderful. So that's the first thing we needed there. That goes there. So that's the Elven Gateway complete. I say you don't need these 4 corner ones, but we've completed that. We're going to need about half a pool of mana in each of these. So I'm going to have to wait for that pool of mana outside to fill up. All we need out of this, if you remember, to make a Kekimorus, is we're going to need Runes of Gluttony. Don't need anything special. Rune of Winter, Rune of Fire. That's pretty straightforward. Runes of Mana. Mana and Pearls. But we need Pixie Dust. Pixie Dust is it's not showing me the recipe because I've not opened the portal yet. But that's just a Mana Pearl thrown in there. So I need to have this open for like 10 seconds. I can chuck 8 Mana Pearls in there, get 8 Pixie Dust, and we'll be able to then make our first Kekimorus, which produce a lot more mana than the day balloons we've got out there. So it's going to increase our production a lot. So we'll be able to produce nice and fast in here then. So I'm just kind of using them day balloons to bootstrap. As soon as it's over half, and it is, so that's all we need in that for now. Let's try this again then. 1, 2, 3, and step back. That's going to be enough for our second bit of Terra Steel. I'll stand right over here out of the way. Between episodes, I will get the chickens sorted, so we've got eggs in the system. So we've got everything else. I need to do a farming cell at some point. What else have we got on the list? So a lot of processing to put in the cell still. We have got a farmcraft cell to make. There we go. And this one needs to be put in between our 2 mana pylons we made. Like that. Natura pylons, excellent. And they can go one on there, one on there. So next episode, once I've got some mana in these 2 pools, we'll open that portal, get some pixie dust made, and then we shall get some Kekimoruses made. So I get things prepped for that between episodes. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. We have got automated buckets of milk. It can automate lava and buckets of water in the same way using these pressurized fluid tanks. They're really good for it. Feed buckets in, and it pulls buckets out using ME interface. This didn't work. Get rid of that, never mind. And we are started on Botania, ready to get these guys so they self-repair. That's mainly what I want to do it for. I want this so it all self-repairs, of course. And we'll carry on with that next episode. Thank you as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you next time. Cheers. Bye.